Luke Mathers joins us as we take a look at last night's episode of Top Chef. It was episode 6. We thought there were only 9 chef testants left.
What do you mean?
But no, they brought 2 more back, one old and one new. So you then had 11 people on a show that was entitled Chaos Cuisine. Mr. Mathers, what did you think of Chaos Cuisine as a theme?
Well, I told you the Last Chance Kitchen was going to be a component of this season of Top Chef. That there was an interesting curveball, and I didn't want to spoil it because it's one of those things that's not really, it's a show within the show kind of thing. And so it was exciting to see the first episode of Cutthroat Kitchen this year when Top Chef let all of the viewers know there was in fact not 15 contestants this year, there were 16. And the 16th contestant was starting out in Last Chance Kitchen. So had to go through a gauntlet of all of the eliminated chefs to get the opportunity to come back. And Chef Sue, who is a chef in Chicago, who Dan Jacobs, Wisconsin chef that is the hometown kid for this season, knew Sue as soon as he walked in the door, but was wondering why he was there. And so if you hadn't been following up with the Last Chance Kitchen, it was a little bit of a curveball coming, but Kelsey and I have been watching them throughout the year so far. And so it was a surprise that 2 chef testants came back from Cutthroat. I keep wanting to call it Cutthroat Kitchen, which is a different Food Network show, but it's Last Chance Kitchen. It's very cutthroat.
I'm going to say at the start of the show there, as they were also talking to some of the chef testants, and I'm just twisting the knife for Greg here. And I
avoided it a bunch of times
you all
when I said
out.
it once.
I'm thinking about other things right now.
And I can't recall anymore now if it was Kevin or Manny, but talking about, again, being an immigrant. And, I mean, starting at the very bottom and working his way up and cooking and becoming a chef. And his whole thing was, his exact quote was, in America, if you want it, you can have it. You just have to work hard for it.
That's Kevin, who had moved to America from France and started off at a restaurant in Las Vegas and now owns his own pastry shop in Texas. And so, yes, that was how the episode started off, and then we got the curveball that 2 more contestants were re-entering the game for 11, but they let everybody know during the quickfire rounds that, hey, because 2 came back, this means 2 of you are leaving at any given time from this point on. So they weren't planning for a double elimination later on, but now there will be one.
So
this doesn't seem fair.
Well, that's reality TV, Greg. Nothing is fair. I mean, imagine
if I get fired from a job, I don't get brought back in like a week and a half later, like, he's back and one of you are going to be fired. No.
It could happen. Actually, this actually does jive very much on track with medical residency in obstetrics. Sometimes people are kicked out of the program, and then they operate on piglets and horses for a while, and then they're brought back.
Pat, you've been watching Top Doctor, okay? Stop watching that.
That's Top Vet, not Top Chef.
Vet. Yeah, but if you know enough about veterinary medicine, you then can become a state legislator and dictate, women's healthcare rights. I mean,
he brought it back around, folks. That's what we call a long walk to a callback.
That's right.
All wrong. Can we just talk about food? I'm getting really hungry,
let's get to
and
the
I'm really
food.
enjoying that.
The first round involved being in the dairy state, and so they got to meet with Christina Tosi, is it, from from Milk Bar, and they had to make a dairy dessert, wide open. Just make us a dairy dessert, and here's 45 minutes. What these people can do in 45 minutes just continues to blow me away.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So they had an excellent round of dairy-based desserts, and it is very interesting because none of what I would do with dairy was what was up there.
No, but they found ways, and Michelle, who one of my favorites because she's a barbecue pit master, but doesn't work with other things. But she's won like the pasta round, she's won a dessert round.
She was the most shocked as well when 2 contestants returned at the start of the episode. She was kind of just in awe, staring there with I have 2 more people I have to try to go up against.
No, the staring in awe happened next when they brought in the guest chef for the elimination round, which was Maddie Matheson. which, I mean, they all just swooned, to which I can now finally ask Luke Mathers, who's Maddie Matheson?
He for a really long time he was like a YouTube celebrity, kind of like he does a YouTube cooking show, and he's the face of DoorDash for, I believe, DoorDash commercials now, where he'll be like cooking things and he'll be like, oh wait, I don't have this ingredient, get it on DoorDash. But then he also is a supporting actor in the show The Bear, which is a Chicago-based cooking show as well. And so he plays one of the comic relief characters in The Bear, and he's pretty funny.
Okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Kristen.
How can I be a person who eats this food? Like,
I think we missed it. I wanted to know too. Nobody told me last year while this was going on.
That's all the
time. In? I mean, we talk about this every week.
I know, and I'm all the time looking in the background at the people who's like hoping that I know one of them and can say,
"How did you?" One of the Journal Sentinel reporters was one of the attendees for the Supper Club episode last week.
Wow. So the round involved chaos cooking, they said, and they just said make something chaotic, divergent, imaginative, just go wild. And they tried many different things, but Dan from Milwaukee got what everybody thought was the crowd favorite. He basically made funnel cake and then
put seafood all over it.
He put everything over. He put it was garbage, and in a good way. I mean, just everything.
Kitchen sink,
everything on there.
And they all said that they wanted to recreate it in a restaurant that they have, but he was that close. He must have been second for this week. But
and now here comes your spoiler alert. Again, tune away if you're going to watch it later. But Rasika, who had won 2 or 3 different rounds previously,
of them, I believe. Yeah,
was the one eliminated. She made an eggplant dish that was tasteless, bland again, and so she was off. And Michelle almost got cut, but did not. And then finally, just enough time to tease. All they teased about next week is they're at American Family Field, and there's a sausage race. And I got a feeling we're going to get some serious entertainment with racing sausages and probably sausage dishes as well.
It's usually a head-to-head. It's going to be a team challenge, head-to-head matchup. There's going to be a real good one, and I can't wait to tune in.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you again, as always, for the update. Look at that. I think Greg's paying more attention. I think each time we're getting him a little bit closer.
No, he's just thinking about baseball.
Nope.
So wrong right now.
He was busy watching TikTok on his phone. Thanks for joining us on Up North News Radio.